NCAA college basketball. We got tournaments starting here. We're going to go to the ACC, and the number I want you to remember here is 45. And I'll get back to that in just a second. We got Wake Forest getting 4.5 versus North Carolina State. I'm going to back the Demon Deacons here. They've split during the season with Wake Forest winning by around 3 points at home and then North Carolina State winning by 11. And we'll talk about that game in just a second. On the season, North Carolina State is just above Wake Forest. They're at the bottom of the ACC, so it makes sense they're favored, but I think this is a bit too much. I'm going to go ahead and back Wake Forest here plus the 4.5. I like Danny Manning. Both these teams are actually pretty similar, especially with the fact that they have been competitive at times, even against the best teams in the league. They just haven't produced a lot of wins, but I like Wake Forest here getting the points because I really think this game is going to go down probably to the final shot. So I'm going to grab that 4.5 with the Demon Deacons. And let's talk about Wake Forest. Really tough year for them. They allow opponents to shoot 44.1% from the field. But in their last game against North Carolina State, they allowed the Wolfpack to shoot 50% from the floor. I don't anticipate that happening again, although they're not a great defensive team as well. In that game, North Carolina State shot 40% from beyond the arc. I expect a much better effort from Wake Forest. Statistically, when you look at that game, it was really, really even except for one key stat, and I'll talk about that in just a second. North Carolina State, Wolfpack, young team. They've been competitive at times, like I mentioned. They average 60 field goal attempts per game, pushing tempo, but they rank in the bottom defending beyond the arc, allowing opponents to shoot 37.3%. Might not be a point of contention against a Wake Forest team that doesn't really shoot the three all that well. But the number 45, let's hear it is right here. Last time out versus Wake Forest, the game was actually really tight, but North Carolina State got to the line 45 times at home. Talk about some home cooking. That's ridiculous. I really don't expect them to do that again tonight. I don't expect them to shoot 50% from the field, and I don't expect them to shoot 40% from beyond the arc. I expect Wake Forest to have a much better defensive effort and hang in until the very buzzer. So 4.5, I think that's a good. I think there's a good value grabbing the points in this spot. Should be a really fun game to watch. Good game that's going to go down to the wire. I'm going to take Wake Forest here. That's going to be my NCAA pick today, and I wish you guys luck on your picks today.